If it is or if it ain't, it's going to come out. Good morning, everybody. It's your girl, Miracle Sims, and you are listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration and juice. It is August the 16th, 2022, and today the topic is loyalty. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I hope that you guys had a great day yesterday. Mine was just fine. Y'all, I got a pretty long day ahead. I got 3 episodes of GSL, the film, today. And this was the day that we were supposed to go to the zoo, little man and I, but that got canceled because there's just no way I could be able to do all of that without cutting his zoo experience. So hopefully we'll get to go another time. But yeah, y'all. Ooh. As for yesterday, man, God showed up and showed out as he tend to do, So thank God for the blessings and whatnot that came through on yesterday. I guess it's just another reminder, y'all, to just trust the Lord. um, you know, he hasn't failed me yet. He has not failed me yet. What did I do yesterday? Oh, well, the episode that I was supposed to film, I was supposed to be on somebody else's show, and once again, we rescheduled, but, to God be the glory, man. At the end of the day, we're going to record when it's time, and I'm not going to worry about it, It's just one of those things. It's technology, it's all kinds of things that play a part in why things happen. But at the end of the day, I do believe that it will happen when it's supposed to. And so shout out to that show and that host and everything like that. And I guess I'll let y'all know when we do record it. But as for GSL, yeah, the plan is to record 3 episodes today, y'all. Woo! I had guests sign up, 3 different guests sign up for this one day. And so, yeah, that week, or what was it, last week, it was kind of like very slow, not too many people. I was resting. Well, I guess, I'm making up for that, right? Making up for that rest. But anywho, let's get into this chat about loyalty, man. Oh, gosh. Okay, so long story short, I listened to my prayer meditation this morning. And for whatever reason, I can't even remember how I got to the topic of loyalty. Either I thought about it before I listened to the prayer meditation or something. I'm not even sure. But as I started looking up verses, they were resonating. So I was like, okay, cool, let's go with loyalty. Because I think it was loyalty and then something else that had came into my heart and mind. I can't remember. Oh, you know what? One thing that did happen this morning, I woke up at the sound of my alarm, and I browsed and did everything to wake up, and I was looking through Facebook, and I saw this post in this group that I was debating on if I was going to leave the group or not. Because I was like, do I even do anything in this group? Like, should I even stay in this group? So I went to the group to see like what I had posted or what my activity has been like in this group. And come to find out, I've been posting a lot of things in there. Now, whether people have responded or not, that's another thing. But I've been posting things and whatnot as a business owner. Basically, is what the group is. And I came across this video of me years ago. And I was, basically I was asking people, or I was just presenting the opportunity to work with me in my business because I was in a bit of a crisis at that time. And I just was like, well, I'm in this group of business owners, so perhaps there's somebody that has the business that I'm looking for. So I'm going to post it in this group. And so I had did a video and whatnot, and I was looking at that video, and it was just very interesting. I think that's probably one of the things that got me thinking about the word loyalty today. Because, at the end of the day, I guess I could be what people call loyal to a fault, right? There's friends, there's business people, there's all types of situations that I've had in my life where I guess I show myself to be loyal, um, basically up until that person either removes themselves from my life um, or shows themselves to to not be where I am. But even still, I guess there's just something in me, right, that remain loyal up until you know ultimately, I believe that God has either removed people from my life or they have removed themselves from my life. And it's still a weird place to be in. I'm not gonna lie, it's still kind of weird. Um, because ultimately, for example, if these people contact me again or whatever the case is, I probably would still, show myself friendly, show myself professional, whatever the case is. But yeah, it just got me thinking about this word loyalty today. And so when I started looking up verses and whatnot, I was seeing like the loyalty of a friend and oh, closer than a brother, da 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 da. But I don't know. As I kept looking and whatnot, there's a whole nother, I guess, side to loyalty, or in particular when it comes to loyalty to Christ, that I think is just next level. And yeah, so let's see, y'all. Let's see what the word has to say um about that. So first, I'm gonna share the definition of the word loyal, because when I looked up loyalty, it was like being loyal. So I was like, obviously when words are defined by themselves, I look up that word. And so the word loyal says giving or showing firm and constant support or allegiance to a person or institution. So, on one hand, there's a lot of things that I thought about this morning, but one of the things was like, do we understand this concept? Now, I mean, I think that we have an idea, right? People are loyal to their teams, people are loyal to their families, people are loyal to their cultures, people are loyal to their countries, people are loyal to all kinds of things, right? Um, but then I guess again, when it comes to this whole being loyal to Christ, right? Being loyal to the God of the Bible and everything like that, like I don't know if this is going to be pulp, but it's on another level. Like these verses right here is I'm just gonna read them. I'm just gonna read them. So Luke 14:26, it says, "If anyone comes to me and does not hate his own father and mother and wife and children and brothers and sisters, yes, and even his own life, he cannot be my disciple." Let's let that marinate on today. Now that type of Lord, and that's some red letters. That's something that Jesus said. Now y'all can read that entire, go read Luke 14 to get all the context and whatnot, and make sure we get a full understanding and whatnot. But that verse by itself is pretty heavy, right? Like when you think about it, it's like one of those things where it's like, wow, Lord, you're asking me to pretty much deny any and everything that I even know of, right? Any and everything, any and every relationship that I've ever made in my life, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's deep. Like, that type of loyalty is on another level. Like, do we do that? You know what I mean? Do those of us that call ourselves believers, are we doing that? Uh, that is a question that we all have to, I guess, answer on our own or whatever. But yeah, coming across that this morning was definitely thought provoking for me. So I hope that leads to some thoughts for you all as well. Praying, ask the Lord, hey Lord, am I lining up with that? Um, mm, Loyalty. Honestly, that's probably one of the reasons why people got an issue with the Bible, right? Like they don't want to be that type of loyal, right? Um, but I don't know what to say. Like honestly, I don't know what to even say about that, because I mean that's what it says, and And again, you might be in that type of situation where you have to make that choice, right? Now, obviously, I know that, or I believe that guy, obviously there's balance and whatnot. But I think it comes down to if if it's between God or your mom, what are you going to choose? Is if it's between God or your spouse, what are you going to choose? If it's between God or you, what are you going to choose? And I guess that's what he's saying there, in my little humble opinion. Y'all can go deeper with it on your own, and and ask the Lord what he's saying if you don't believe that my conclusion is it makes sense. But yeah, that's what I'm receiving today when I read that verse and when I think about this whole loyalty conversation. Um, but yeah, and I mean, speaking of, let's go to Acts 5:29. It says, "But Peter and the apostles answered, 'We must obey God rather than men.'" So I mean, yeah, there's the answer, friend. There's the answer. Now, whether you wanna, if you like that answer or wanna do that answer, that's all you and your free will. That's between you and the Lord, right? But according to this, right, the answer to those questions that I asked earlier, hey, if it's between God and my own desires, am I going to choose God? Your answer needs to be yes, according to this, right? Same thing with any of those other people that was referenced in that verse, or anything. Now, hey, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm perfect out here. Again, this is I do feel like these are heavy verses. This is a heavy topic because, um, at the end of the day, that's a heavy decision to make, and there have been people that have to make that decision that it even cost them their life. That decision cost their lives. There's all these stories about the different martyrs, not only the disciples, right, the ones that actually walked with him, but individuals beyond that as well, and after that, um, even to this day, people are being presented with, hey, then renounce your faith or die. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, I don't know why this keep coming up, Lord, and I don't know if you want to prepare me. I don't know what the case is, but I pray I'm strong enough to make that decision. If needs be. You know what I'm saying? I'm strong enough to, you know, uh, deny myself, right, and uh, stand for the Lord. You know what I mean? That maybe people say that's look loyal to a fault, right? Maybe people say that's quote unquote blind faith or whatever the case is. People can think what they want to think, but at the end of the day, again, I know what God has done for me in my life, um, and seeing where things are going in this world. It's not far fetched to think that we may be presented with that choice one day, and everything like that. And I think I've shared in a previous juice, recently, that at the end of the day, uh, well, basically, yeah, we got to be, you know, be that strong, y'all. Be that bold. Be that. Uh, Make that choice at the end of the day. That, hey, God over everything, Christ over everything. Um, yeah, yeah. Let me keep going, y'all. First Peter 3:15. It says, "But in your hearts honor Christ, the Lord, as holy, always being prepared to make a defense to anyone who asks you for a reason for the hope that is in you. Yet do it with gentleness and respect." So that's that thing, y'all. At the end of the day, all of this is kind of foreign to humans, in my opinion. I feel like this is kind of like all of this. You know, on one hand, I think we have an idea of the concept of loyalty, right? Because again, like I said earlier, people are loyal to their countries, cultures, sports teams, you name it. You know what I mean? People are loyal to a lot of different things, right? You know, it's very interesting. I came across this blog post today in my research about all of this, or quick study or whatever the case is. And the blog was talking about, you know, basically it's not wise to be loyal in business. But he's like, oh, but the author was all like, oh, but yeah, your relationships and blah, 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 cool. But in business, it's not, it's not wise to be loyal. It's pretty much what I received from reading the blog today. Um, and again, you know, yeah, that's what I'm saying about this whole thing. Like, yeah, we all understand the concept of being loyal to a certain extent, I believe. Like, it's like, yeah, I'm loyal up until the person shows themselves not loyal, then I'm not gonna be loyal no more. Or, you know what I mean? It's everything seems to be tit for tat to us, right? But God is asking us, right, to be loyal to Him, right, and have faith in Him and trust in Him, um, in this, you know, in Him who we have not quote unquote seen, um, and deny all the things that we see, you know, and you know, I know that's probably one of the reasons again why people probably think Christians are crazy or whatever the case is, but regardless of that, I mean, hey, you know, that's the juice today. You know, I hope that you are encouraged and inspired to go deeper about these thoughts and ask the Lord and yourself at the end of the day, hey, where am I on this? Um, you know, am I truly loyal to Christ? You know, those for those that are believers, and if you're not a believer, I mean, you know, you may be wondering, well, why should I be loyal to Christ? You know, so I would say that the verses that I came across in the Go Deeper section would be something good to reflect on if you are asking yourself that question today. Um, you know, why should you be loyal to Christ, right? Why should you be loyal to this God of the Bible who I haven't seen, you know, and everything like that? If that's you, right? If that's your heart and mind, then yeah, check out the Go Deeper section at least, please. And then you can, you know, decide what you want to do and everything like that. But I think the verses there should at least give you a starting point to consider, you know, on this journey, and you know, as you answer that question for yourself. And yeah, that y'all, like I said, it's the juice this morning. Now, the Bible verse of today is Psalm 68 and 19. It says, "Blessed be the Lord who daily loadeth us with benefits, even the God of our salvation." Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye.
Everyone is stuck at home, but life is still happening around us every day. Birthdays, anniversaries, holidays, and celebrations. Send your friends and family the gift of wine from the comforts of home. Wine shop at home with Miracle of Wine. Wine, gift baskets, wine accessories, and more at miracleofwine.com.